Today I thought we'd look at some pedals, just do something entirely different. I'm sitting here with my Martin guitar. This is the SC13E. As you can see, this is the one that's made in Mexico, and it's a really neat little instrument. And so I thought we would we'd talk a little bit about some new pedals that I got. I had some gift cards from Christmas time that I decided what I'd do is put them into these little pedals. They're not super expensive. Well, you know, they can get a little pricey if you buy a bunch of them, but I just thought I'd show them to you. And they're made by Fishman. They're called the AFX, and there's these little small pedals, and they just are interesting to add it to the mix. So I thought we would share that with you today. But first, I want to remind the members, I did send out the email with the link to the Zoom meeting that we're going to be having. So make sure you got that in your email box. If you didn't get it, send me another email and let me know so I can send it out to you. I don't want to miss anyone, and we're going to have a good time. And don't forget, make sure you bring your favorite guitar. Okay. All right, enough of that. Let's move on to this. So I'm going to turn this video off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus it on my pedal board, and I'm going to show you these new pedals that I have and show you how they can boost your sound. And to me, it adds to the sound, and in some cases makes it a little too complex, but you'll see what I mean when we listen to it. Okay, so I'll see you in just a bit. And as you can see, you have 4 pedals on this board. These are made by Fishman. They're the AFX pedals. I think they came out with these last year. They're made just for acoustic guitar. There is an EchoBack or it's called the EchoBack, or it's a delay pedal. This is a reverb pedal. It's called AcoustiVerb. And this one's called the Pro EQMini. And of course, here we have the Grace Design DI. Now you'll notice with the Grace Design, it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It's the lowest cost model, but it's a very high quality DI, and they work very well. And you can hear I only have this on right now. That's it. That's what you're hearing. It's going out to my Bose S1. And I have the gain just set at 12 o'clock, and I have the low a little bit up, the high a little bit back. But you know what I found was that I don't have a lot of control of the mid-range on this. As you'll notice, if I increase these, it gets brighter, but it's not the bright that you want. This high end starts getting a little tinny, and I tend to move this down to knock out what I call the trash can effect. I don't like that sound. I like it better if you have, just kind of a real clean sound with not a lot of brass on the high end. So I usually keep this a little bit low. In my low, I usually, if I get too high, you hear how it gets boomy? It almost wants to feed back. So you don't want that up super high either. So you really can't adjust that mid-range with this. So what I did was I got this AFX Pro EQMini from Fishman. It's not engaged right now, but I put everything at neutral. Okay, we'll make sure it's there. And let you hear it with it on. Watch what happens. Okay, we're turning it on. I'm going to turn that off. There's not a lot of difference there, but listen to what happens when I increase this mid-range. I mean, you get a much fuller sound. It's almost too much. I'm going to back it off a little bit. And here you can hear it without now. Turn it back on. And it's nice because it has a low cut on it. So if you have a guitar, sometimes with the piezo pickups, that low end will, it doesn't matter how you play it, it's just too hot. It puts out a sound you don't want. To me, it's a kind of a brash sound. So you can cut that with a low cut here. I have it set just at the neutral right now. But you can actually cut what's coming in from hear that, how it deadens that low? I don't want to deaden it. I like to have the low end in there, as long as it's not that boomy sound that you can get when it's too much. And we saw that over here when I did this. Hear that? We could probably cut that out. See, we're cutting it with this. But I'd rather just keep that down. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put that low back and we'll leave this at neutral. Then it has a bass here, so you can up the bass on it. That's way too much. And you can hear it starting to feed back. Then you have the mid range, which you saw that. You can turn it down, or you can bring it up. And I just like to bring that just up a little bit. And then we have the treble. We could bring that up, but you're going to get this. Here it is. I don't like that sound. I'd like it to be cleaner. So I'm just going to put it back. And let me just back it up just a little bit. Yeah. There we go. That sounds nice. And then we have a brilliance here. You can brighten that sound. Turn that brilliance down. It's a subtle thing, but I don't know if you can even hear it. But I'm going to leave that at neutral. Then, of course, we can trim the input if we want. We can turn it up, or it starts to feed back, or you can turn it back. You notice there's nothing there, and you start adding to it. It just tames the guitar. And here's the level. Okay. All right, so that's the AFX. Turn it off. Let's turn it on. Just a nice sound that you get by pairing these two together. And it just gives me the ability to adjust my waveforms much more than what I had with just this alone. I mean, the answer to this is, if you want to use Grace, just buy the more expensive one, but you're getting up beyond $1,000, and I just don't have that kind of money to spend. So this here, paired with this $117, I can get, to me, it does work, and it does help it. You can also bypass this and you have to go out. There's no, you can only use a 1/4 inch out on this. But you could do that, go out from a 1/4 inch and just use these 3 pedals. Okay, so now let's turn that one off and let's go on to the next one. This one's the reverb pedal. I think you can see that. It has 3 different types of reverb here. We have the spring, the hall, and the plate. That's this switch right here. Right now it's set on hall. And I have the settings. There's a decay time, the tone of it, and the level, how much is there. Right now, those are all set at 12 o'clock. And it's on. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. I don't know if you can hear it. It's not real strong, but I can increase the level of that. Turn that off now. And let's increase the decay time and the tone. Turn it off. that's the hall, but let you hear the plate, or yeah, the plate. Let's put it on the plate. All right, so here we are. Turn it on. Now you can hear it. Or you can put it on the spring. That the spring is kind of, to me, it's a reverb that's much more a vintage sound. It just adds a little warmth to the tone, whereas the plate is more, to me, it's brighter. And the hall, to me, it brings in more of an open, like you're in a hall. Use a pick for that. You can hear a little bit of a harshness on the high end on that, but nevertheless, it's a nice little reverb, which normally I don't put a lot of reverb on my stuff. I just play it kind of a low, and I do like the spring sound. It just adds a little bit of warmth to it. You don't want a whole lot of this stuff. To me, it ruins your sound. I like clean. So that's our reverb pedal, and then the last one I want to show you is a delay pedal. They call it the EchoBack. Echo, delay, pretty much the same thing. This one comes with 3 different types of delay. Again, it's a Fishman. It's of their AFX series for acoustic guitars, and it has an analog and a digital and a tape, 3 different types. The analog, once again, is kind of the old-fashioned sound, a little bit grainier, versus the digital is cleaner. It's more precise, and the tape, to me, adds like a tail to it. You could hear it widens it up, and you'll hear it when we go through these. So right now we're going to start with it on the. We'll put it on the analog, and I'm just going to put the delay time here at about 2 o'clock, and let's put the repeats at about 2 o'clock, and we'll leave a level there and play it without. Let's hear that now. Oh, there you go. There's the repeats. Let's have less repeats. Okay, now let's try it there. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Oh, I went the wrong way with it. So what I like to do, let me put this on the digital so you can hear the difference. Okay, and then let's put it on the tape. Okay, and what I like to do with these, I kind of like, we'll put it back to the, let's put it on the digital. And then let's increase the time on that. And so when you increase that time, you can't really hear the differences. But it gives this, let me turn this up so it's a little, hear it? It almost puts an echo into your sound without it dividing. Hear that? So there we go. That's the 3 pedals. Now when I play these, I kind of like these 2 together. I mean, I can add this one, but hear that? Let's put this in there. Too much. I'm going to back this down a little bit, this level, and we're going to put it on the spring. Let's take it off now. Let's take this one off. So you can see it does make a difference, and it just gives you the ability to play around and carve out your sound and get what you really want out of your guitar. There, and if you have any questions, feel free to write them into the comments. And again, I want to remind those that are going to be joining on the Zoom call, these are our members now. If you're interested in membership, you'll see a tab that you can join. I think it's like $3 a month, but the members have different things that they're doing. In this case, this coming Tuesday, this coming Monday at 5 o'clock, that we're going to get together in a Zoom call. There's about, I think there's like 10 of us so far that are interested. And we'll be able to see each other and share each other's guitars, and we'll have a good time with that. So if you did not get the email with the link, members, please let me know that you did not receive it by sending me another email. All right, we're going to leave it right there. And I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.